everyone, and welcome to today's vlog. Today we're gonna talk about what would you do when dealing with your family members. And we have Miss Jalyssa Woodall right here, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself real quick.
Hi everyone, my name is Jalyssa and I am 24 years old, and I created the What Would You Do? We are a family, but I still need my money blog. So today I'm here to talk about how I came up with the concept and talk about the different cousins.
Yes, and then also Jalyssa is the newest member of Average Black Girl, and I love Jalyssa. She's so creative and she's so on it, and I'm just so excited. So I couldn't just keep her goodness to myself. I had to let the world know who this beautiful queen is. And so we're gonna talk about what would you do when dealing with family, when dealing with money, and how to balance. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first type of cousin is the I'll pay you back cousin. Now, what do you do with that type of person, and what are some of the tips and tricks that you've learned?
Well, when I decided to write this blog, it wasn't even necessarily about someone owing me money or anything like that. Whenever I create blogs, I try to think of a topic that I can relate to, that I've had an experience with, or that my friends have had an experience with, and that they've shown me about, or they talk to me about. And another thing when it comes to creating blogs, I do a lot of self-reflecting. So it's not like these situations happened to me yesterday and now I'm just talking about it. You know, it's been months or weeks, and then I look back and I think of, okay, well, how should I have handled that, or what could I have done better? So the different cousins are the I'll pay you next week cousin. Then you have the disappearing act cousin, the family discount cousin. Okay, yeah, those three. So as far as the I'll pay you next week cousin, this is pretty much the cousin who, you know, they kind of like are a send off. You know, they're like, oh, I'll pay you next week, but then next week turns into the week after that, or it turns into oh, this came up, so can I pay you in a couple days? So in regards to that cousin, I wouldn't say that I've necessarily had that type of cousin. It was more so like, you know, just paying attention to my friends and them telling me different experiences that they've had. And unfortunately, when it comes to family and paying you back, they expect you to understand when things come up. So for example, if someone owes you money for a service that you provided for them, and their car gets like the boot or whatever, and they need to get the boot off to get their car running, because you're their cousin or family member or whatever, they're expecting you to understand, like, hey, I can't give you your money right now because I need to do X, Y, and Z. But my whole thing with that is, it's like, okay, I get it, but you wouldn't call Spring talking about your car got the boot. You know what I'm saying? You just wouldn't do that. But because we're family, you feel like I should be able to understand. But there's a fine line between, business and personal. And just in my experiences, it's best to just keep it as business as possible, because if not, you could be dealing with the I'll pay you next week cousin, and you won't be getting your money on time. So that's that cousin. And then the disappearing act cousin, I've definitely dealt with this, and not necessarily a cousin, just people in general. Everybody. So some things that I do on the side, I'll like make websites for people, or I'll do like branding for people. And everyone has a business nowadays, which I think is great. I'm all for having a side hustle or having just a full-on business. But sometimes I feel like people just talk, about what they want to do, and they don't really go forward with it. So that's how I kind of came up with the disappearing act cousin. I've had, several friends, mainly friends. My family, they try not to send me off, but I've had several friends who are like, yeah, I want you to make me a website. So say someone's like, yeah, I'm getting into apparel, and I wanna sell clothes or whatever. They'll be like, I want you to make my website. And I'm like, okay, and they'll tell me all these elaborate ideas that they have. And then I'm like, okay, well, send me over some things so I can get started. Let's set up a time to have a conversation. Never hear from them again. Now, the old me who didn't know any better, I would start working, before I got any type of money, you know what I'm saying? But after getting burned so many times, I'm like, if I ask someone for a down payment, then that lets me know that they're serious. So when it comes to doing work for people, I do try to get like a down payment in the beginning, just so it's like, because I know if I want something and I give a down payment, I'm serious, because I haven't even gotten the product yet, but I'm giving you some money, So that's that cousin. And then the last one is the family discount cousin. So I feel like, you know, if anyone with a business, they can probably relate to this one because, again, this is your family member. They're expecting like, oh, I'm going to get the family discount. But unfortunately, you know, a discount, okay, if you want all the work, but you only want to pay for about half of it because you want this family discount. So when it comes to that, I think that it's best to just be very transparent about all the things that you're doing and why you are asking for this amount of money. Yes, we are family, but I'm paying you for what you don't know how to do. You know what I'm saying? You want me to make a website for you. You have no idea how to do that. And I can do it for you, but I have prices, you know what I'm saying, that are set in stone. And yes, we are family, but at the same time, I'm doing a lot of work. And my price is not even high to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And you still want a discount? So it can just kind of come off like, you know, okay, I want a work, but I only want to pay you this little amount of money. So I can't really give it that either. So in conclusion, pretty much I would say when working with family, it's best to be transparent, and it's best to, even though they're family, I do think that you should get some type of down payment. But at the same time, you know, usually when you're first starting your business, your family, they're the first ones to support you. So always be appreciative and let them know that, you know, you're grateful for them, you know, helping you and giving you your first, you know, you know, and it's experience, you know what I'm saying? When I first started, you know, doing websites and things like that, I wasn't charging because it's like, me getting this experience is helping me, even though I don't have the money. I'm not getting any money, you know what I'm saying? I'm building my portfolio, I'm learning. So when I get to my second website or my second, you know, brochure or whatever I'm creating, I can take what I learned from the first one, which was most likely with my family. But once you feel like you've gotten a little more established and you deserve some money, then I definitely think, you know, charge your family members. You ain't got to give them a huge discount, but you can get them a couple dollars off if you want. But it's very important that you let it be known that this is your business. You know, this is how you pay your bills. So yeah, so those are the cousins. And if I had to say one that I can relate to the most, I would probably say the disappearing act cousin, because like I said, everybody, you know, has these grand ideas, but unfortunately not everyone puts them, you know, into motion. So
I love it. I think me too. I definitely have some grandiose cousins, friends, people off the street.
Yeah.
They'll be like, I just want to do this, and the other. I'm like, I can help you. We can put a plan together.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Next year, oh man, I wish I would have started. Like, and that's what separates the haves from the have-nots. All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time to express to us what type of cousins there are. If you are reading this or watching this, make sure that you comment below. What type of cousins have you had? Or were you ever one of these type of cousins?
That's
be honest.
Right.
All right, well, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Till next time. Bye.